JD, and this is the Flipside podcast. You can follow me all over social media at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and on Mixer. I know it's been a while. The podcast does still exist, and here's a prime example. In a little bit, we're going to hear and see a couple of live cuts from Jaron Chidiac, October Poppy, and Focus Your Audio, a great couple of acts that came through Prince George and were nice enough to come to my radio studio and perform. But right now, it's a conversation with a good friend of mine, Chris, and a comic book that he's got on Kickstarter. More information about that right now here on the Flipside podcast.
We've done 2 of these now for you.
Have we?
We did What You Want to Send Me, and then we did
NAFTA.
NAFTA, yeah.
Yeah, which you got to come back.
I know,
Yeah, okay.
I do. Well, like I said, Jay was going to help me with the questions. I lost Jay, so now I've got to come up with all the smart questions.
So joining me at this time here on the Flip Side is a very close friend of mine. We spent a lot of time online playing video games, having a good time, chatting it up, talking geek lore, as well as a lot of projects in the works. Chris from New York, welcome.
It's good to be here. It's good to be back.
It's been a while. I mean, the last thing that we did together officially on YouTube was NAFTA, and you did surprisingly well.
I did horrible.
You did all right. You got a passing grade.
I got it. That's right.
You got a passing grade, so you can take that home. But we're here to talk about your Kickstarter and your most recent project. Now, you have gotten together with a friend of yours, and you're putting together a comic book that you've been kind of working on for years. First of all, let's talk about what Celestial Falcon is.
Celestial Falcon is the story itself follows a young boy named Chris, and all throughout life, we all have these questions when we're in school, especially grade school, where we feel like, I'm sitting here, but there's got to be something more out there for me. There has to be. We always said that. I'm destined for something bigger. Well, all Chris's life, he felt like that times 10, like there's always been a piece of his life missing. There's something more to his life. And what we find out, or what finds him, I should say, is he was right. And boy, oh boy, was he right. Because it's like this gigantic, this is what you've been missing. Now, I can't spoil that yet, because we haven't gotten to that point. But obviously, it leads into Chris becoming Celestial Falcon, which is the name of the story. And it's his journey, Celestial Falcon. When I started the story, decided to start it young, start during the teen years, and have the character grow up with the readers. So you will see him develop from a teenager who has all of these responsibilities and this new surprise in his life, start off, and how he matures and grows and becomes the adult that the world considers one of the world's greatest heroes.
So it's not really a backstory. It's more of a coming-of-age story.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It's definitely not a backstory. This is definitely, you are growing up with Chris as he's learning and going through a lot of changes in life, and not all the decisions he makes are the best ones. And he makes some decisions in this book, or in this arc, I should say, that absolutely will impact the future for him, for the world, for everyone.
Now, you're not working alone on this project. You have one of your close broadcast mates and comic book buddies, I guess you can call him, Brant, with you. Tell me about Brant.
Brant, when I had Celestial Falcon, I pitched it to Brant. I pitched it to Brant and Lisa, who own Last Number Press, and I wanted to do the project. And Brant and I immediately said we should definitely work on this together. So Brant became my co-writer, and we tag teamed up. And the beautiful thing about Brant and I is what I don't see, sometimes Brant sees, and what Brant doesn't. Well, obviously Brant's coming in on the story already done, but Brant sees my side then. So we're working together. Our weaknesses, like my weakness, is his strength, and vice versa. And I feel like that's what brings a new dynamic to the comic and makes it even stronger. Is there are 2 people working on it from 2 different perspectives. This is something I've worked on for years, something that he's coming in on, and he is very passionate about the book. A lot of the stuff in the first issue is a collaboration of things that him and Lisa added to the book, that I didn't have in the book originally. And even the first arc itself has evolved and changed into what it is now. And we're very happy with the project. And Brant is as passionate about Celestial Falcon as I am. And it's hard to find that, especially when you're a writer, having somebody else come in and work with you and share that exact amount of passion, and the one thing that both of us are learning and evolving with is our writing styles as well. I mean, working together as a team. The first book we did one way. When we got into issue 2, we changed it up a bit, but now we're kind of coming into a perfect, I forget that, I'm trying to think of a good word for it, but we bounce off each other perfectly in this new way that we're writing. And it's amazing. And again, it takes Celestial Falcon to a place where I alone never could have dreamed. And like the addition of Sammy, that was all Brant and Lisa's idea for her character. And she fit in so perfectly with the book. And now it's like that's Chris's best friend. And why, we'll find out as the story moves forward. And it's been a huge, it's been a blessing having Brant as a co-writer, honestly. I feel like, again, it makes the book what it is today, which is way stronger, better, and more epic than it was when I first wrote it alone.
Now, how did you and Brant first meet?
Brant and I first met, it's kind of funny. We met through his fiance, my good friend Lisa. Lisa found me online. I do comic reviews, so Lisa found my comic reviews, and Lisa was part of my circle for a while as far as reviews and stuff. And she had told me about Brant and his podcast, which is Zone 4 podcast. So I ended up watching Brant or listening to Brant's podcast. Lisa told Brant to come check out my reviews. And honestly, the rest is like history. We started talking. I invited him onto the, at the time, Dark Avenger Inc. live show. And he became a mainstay on the cast. And we honestly, our friendship just evolved into best friends to brothers almost immediately. We have a lot of things in common with one another on a really deep level. And we just get along. I mean, we've worked together on multiple different projects. He's like my tag team partner, honestly. We know each other inside and out. We work amazing with one another. And I feel like our friendship, we've been friends for so long now, we don't even look at it as time anymore because time just doesn't pass for us anymore.
Now, you are no stranger to comic books. This isn't your first foray into this medium. You actually, that's your job. That's your career.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is it that you do?
When I started in the comic book realm, I was in comic book media. I did reviews. I've had independent companies send me stuff to review. I've worked with many companies talking about their books. Radical was one of the companies I worked with. They sent me their books to read, and I love their books. I honestly started off with the Dark Avenger comic book review, which went 500 episodes.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Which unfortunately was the last episode as far as the review went. But I've worked in comic media reviewing books. I've interviewed people, writers, artists. I've gone to conventions. And honestly, when I wrote Celestial, I wrote that as a book. I never imagined it becoming, I dreamt of it becoming a comic book, but no, but most of my beginning with the comic realm was media. Now I'm taking myself away from reporting the stories and I'm actually becoming part of the stories.
You're being a contributor to the medium.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, making a comic book and putting it out there, publishing as well as distribution, all that stuff, it's not exactly cheap. You and Brant have decided to go a crowdfunding route. You have a Kickstarter.
Yes.
Yes.
We originally we were, the first issue is already done. We finished the first issue. It was released in 2016. This issue that we're putting on Kickstarter now is a deluxe edition. We added more pages, changed the cover, made it more. We have several variants on Kickstarter right now that anyone can choose from at any level they want. And what the Kickstarter is, it is to fund the printing. It's to fund the new format. And it's to also, we have a lot of really awesome tiers with a lot of really awesome stuff. And that's the route. We decided to go with the Kickstarter route for those reasons. Was we wanted to get issue 1 back out to everybody and get everybody ready for issue number 2 coming in 2020.
Now, if people sign up on Kickstarter, which, by the way, the link will be in the description down below, but if people sign up for Kickstarter, they get a wide range of benefits depending on how much they support and back your project. And it ranges anywhere from just being a big thank you to actually being a guest inside the comic.
It starts off with the lowest tier is the digital format. You get the comic digitally.
Right.
The highest tier, you get the Celestial Crate, and your character becomes a recurring character actually in the book. There is a tier where your character guests, that's a little bit lower, but the highest tier, your character becomes a recurring character for a certain amount of time.
So for anyone out there who desperately wants to have that little bit of fame and be immortalized, because basically, let's face it, a hard copy comic book's not really going to go away unless you make it go away.
It's not going away.
It's not going away. And yeah, it's also going to be digital as well, and anything on the internet stays on the internet. This is a great opportunity for anyone who is a comic book fan and can appreciate and become a fan of your work to actually be immortalized in this series that you're creating.
Absolutely. And this first arc is not just the beginning of Celestial Falcon, it's the beginning of the 529 universe, the beginning of Celestial's hero verse. So if anyone was to back at that tier, their character will forever be immortalized at the beginning of the start of a whole universe worth of stories, characters, and beyond.
So at this point in time, it is November the 4th on 2019. Your Kickstarter goal is where at this point in time, and where's the finish line?
Right now, the finish line is on November 15th. I am triple checking right now where we are at. Right now, we are at 78% funded right now. We just passed our 75% funded goal last week, which we revealed. We hit our 75% goal, and that revealed the exclusive to all people who back the Celestial Falcon Kickstarter on a physical level sticker. Our goal now is to reach 85%, and when we reach 85%, all backers on a physical level get a exclusive, limited edition, only for Kickstarter Celestial Falcon pin. And then, of course, as we move forward, there will be more goals. We did have another one for 50 backers, which we reached our 50 backers, and that gives everyone an additional 5 digital comics, including the Celestial Falcon digital comic for any level whatsoever. So if you backed it on the digital level, you're getting Celestial 1 Deluxe Edition plus all 5 of the other issue number 1s for backing the project. So you get 6 books instead of just 1.
So what are you hoping for after the end of this Kickstarter? You said the finish line is November the 15th. What's the next step forward?
The next step forward, okay, so when we reach November 15th, the next step obviously is to fulfill the Kickstarter.
Yes.
So we're going to be working on getting that out as soon as possible. Like I said, the book's done. The pages are done. All that matters now is getting it to printer, printing it, and getting it out to everyone who support on a physical level. Digital levels, we'll be getting it soon after. But everybody who wanted the physical level, as soon as we get the rewards and the physical books printed and sent to us, we send it to them. And then the next step is getting ready for issue number 2, which is going to be 2020 in spring. So that's the tentative right now for issue number 2. So all focus becomes issue number 2 then, and moving forward with the arc. Our focus right now is on specifically arc 1. So we finish with issue number 1's deluxe edition. We move on to getting ready for issue number 2. But Last Number Press has a lot of really awesome other Kickstarters that are going to be happening in between issue number 1 and 2. So always it's great to check out lastnumberpress.com to see what next book is going to be on Kickstarter. We have a lot of really awesome books right now in between the releases of the next issues of Celestial Falcon.
Is there a long-term, almost fantasy-like goal for the Celestial Falcon, yourself, and Brant? Like, if I could just throw an example out there, is there a goal of possibly, like, fingers crossed, get picked up by Marvel?
I don't. I've been asked that, and I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would. It's hard to answer that, honestly, because it would depend on. You say Marvel
As an example. There
are companies I would love to see Celestial a part of. It all depends on creative control also. This is a character I'm dedicated. Like, for example, Todd McFarlane and Spawn.
Right.
He has complete creative control over Spawn.
Right.
Robert Kirkman and The Walking Dead and Invincible, both books he has complete control over, but are a part of Image. That's kind of my goal with Celestial Falcon. Is I want to make sure complete control stays with us, Brant and I. And if another company wants to publish, again, that is completely up to Brant as the head. It'd be great, but at the same time, I'm very happy doing it independently. I'm very happy with the company we have with Last Ember Press and Shooting Star Universe being the imprint within Last Ember Press. Mm-hmm. So I don't. It's hard to say I'm looking at it from Marvel or DC or Image. That would really depend on where the company goes. But I'm faithful to our company, so I would say that as long as Last Ember Press, Shooting Star Universe is its company, that is where Celestial Falcon is going to remain, is with Shooting Star Universe, Last Ember Press.
So for more information, you have a wide variety of places online that people can contact you, as well as follow your work on different mediums. So you said that, first of all, let's start off with the Kickstarter. What are people looking for?
You can go on lastemberpress.com/Kickstarter. That's one way. You can go to Kickstarter.com and just type up Celestial Falcon. That's another way. Also, like you said, all over social media, I've been sharing links to Celestial Falcon, Facebook, Twitter. It's all over the place. It's very hard to not find, but those are the two quickest ways, is through Kickstarter or just lastemberpress.com/Kickstarter.
Right. And you have a website.
I have shootingstaruniverse.com. That's my website. For the comics, it's lastemberpress.com.
Okay. Just wasn't 100% sure if there was much of a connection there, but there's the two websites.
Shooting Star Universe is an imprint within Last Ember Press, as well as my personal website for where all of my stuff is found as well.
Okay. And you are, just like me, you're all over the social media as well as the streaming platforms. Yep. So you have YouTube and Twitch, and what else?
I have YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. You can find me all across the board on Dark Avenger C86. On Twitch, it's Dark Avenger Gaming. I also have a main channel on YouTube, which is just my name, Chris Dibuduo. That's where all my main stuff is, where all my stuff outside of the comic book realm are, like my vlogs or any type of creator projects I'm working on. You're going to find those on my main channel.
If anyone has any sort of questions and want more information, then feel free to reach out, because you are always active on social media. Thanks for joining me so much. I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes of Celestial Falcon in the future. As you know, I'm already a Kickstarter supporter. I think I might be upgrading it just a bit, maybe just a bit. I'm hoping to reach that guest star role, because you know me, I'm a huge spotlight whore, so I'll take anything I can get. But again, thank you so much, and say hi to Brant for me, and make sure he's not feeling well right now, but tell him I said hi. And again, thanks so much for joining me.
My pleasure. It's always a pleasure coming back and doing more shows.
It's not very often I get to do this. I love it when guests come in, because I get so lonely. Yes, you can laugh. Jaron Chidiac makes his triumphant return to Prince George. Sir, how are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you, man?
I'm great, thank you. Now, quick introduction for those of you who do not know who Jaron is. Jaron, you are essentially a local boy.
That's right, yeah, born and raised.
Yeah? Yeah. And you have been on this musical journey for how long now?
Well, starting in Prince George about 15 years now.
Right?
Yeah, which has led me to here, so...
And we have a big announcement about what's coming up. But the type of music you play, as we all had a big conversation about it earlier, what would you define your music?
Well, at the moment, I'm focused on doing solo shows, so I would just go with a singer-songwriter, folk, acoustic vibes at the moment.
A bit of a touch of rock as well.
Yeah, a little bit of rock influence in there. But yeah, that's mostly just solo stuff for now. So.
Right. Now, you didn't come alone this time around. You have with you two supporting acts.
That's right.
Right. So who do you have to your right here?
Well, I'll let you guys introduce yourselves. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Bobby.
And we're Focus Your Audio. Yeah. We're from Vancouver, so we were super excited to be with Jaron and October Poppy. We've been doing a couple dates prior to tonight's show, so we're super excited about being here. My first time in Prince George. It's awesome. We came in the night. It was all very dark, but you know what? It's fantastic. So we're super excited to be here.
That's usually when people show up is in
Yeah,
the night.
it was in the night. We
That
came
sounds
in the
like a
night.
song. We came in the night.
And here?
I am Erin. I am October Poppy. I am from Vernon, BC. And as we were just discussing genres, pretty hard to pinpoint yourself, but I like an indie rock thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I can steal this microphone back because we only have very few. Now, these 3 acts, these 4 people, you guys are all going to be performing tonight at Art Space above Books and Company.
That's correct.
Doors open at 6:30?
7:30.
7:30,
Yeah.
okay. Doors open at 7:30 with the show starting at 8 o'clock.
Sorry, yes. And as the astute manager in the corner there just pointed out, it's actually doors are at 7.
7.
I apologize. 7.
You want to come over here and give him crap? So 7 o'clock, so that means that the doors open at 6:30. No, doors open at 7.
Doors at 7. Music's at 7:30. Yeah.
See, I need to get a whipping
Yeah,
now.
it's okay.
So we're going to hear, I'm going to record songs from your supporting acts in just a little minute, but a special treat for everyone listening right now, Jaron Chidiac, live on The Drive. Good sir, take it away.
Thank you. Taken by the way I'm feeling. You're looking so good in your brightly colored clothes. You dress well to impress the crowd. We be heading west to Sunwolf, carving our own path as the chief he watches on. From higher heights growing higher still. The stars burn bright on the last days that we know. Oh, yeah, take it in on. Drinking all the way till sundown. When the entertainer's good, it's easy to let it go. Whoa, we had it seed scared. The stars burn bright on the last days that we know. Oh, yeah, take it in, the stars burn bright on the last days that we know. Oh, yeah, take it in. Stars burn bright on the last days that we know. Oh, yeah, sure we'll take it in. The stars burn bright on the last days that we know. Oh, sure we'll take it in.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
You're going to hear more of that at Art Space later on tonight with doors open at 7, show starting at 7:30.
That's right.
Making sure I got it right with the boss. As well, you have a single coming out.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, that was the track that I just played there. That song was called Sunwolf. And
And-
that'll be available on Friday the 18th, so next Friday.
Awesome. Now,
Yeah.
can people buy merchandise? We'll get to you.
That's my birthday.
Oh, hey! There you go. Happy
And
birthday.
it's Aaron's birthday, so that's fantastic.
Can people buy your merchandise, not just your merchandise, but everyone else's merchandise at the show tonight?
Absolutely. I myself, unfortunately, don't have any merch to sell, but come say hi. I'll direct you to social media pages, Instagram, all that jazz. But Focus Your Audio have brought some merch with them, and I think, Aaron, you might have some things. No? But there'll be T-shirts available from one of us at least.
Joining me this time inside the Drive studio is October Poppy.
Hi.
I apologize because I'm referring to you as Poppy this whole time.
It's all right. It's like a for short. Snappy and fun.
Exactly. You are currently on tour with Jaron Chidiac as well as Focus Your Audio.
Yeah.
You're out of Vernon.
Yeah.
Yes, and we did a quick audio test there, and I'm already excited to hear this because you have not only a lot of projection, but you play that guitar like it owes you money.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Now, what type of what? Just to clarify, we're going over genres of music. What genre of music would you categorize yourself as?
I think I'd go with indie rock. I got a little bit more punch than most folk artists, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you take inspiration from other artists?
Lots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Jaron and I were talking about this last night, that not at all on purpose, I almost listen to exclusively female-fronted music.
Cool.
So lately, like, there's been a lot of artists like Julian Baker, Lucy Dacus, Snail Mail, Phoebe Bridgers.
Okay.
Just some badass chicks.
Nice. Very nice. Oh, it's okay. No one listens to my
Like,
show anyway.
Whoops, can I say that?
So you as well have some news coming up in a very short period of time.
Yeah, I have a new single. I have one currently out there in the streaming world, and we have the second one coming. My very, very talented drummer that I play with has been recording me, and he's a little bit obsessive when he does the mixes, so it takes a little bit longer than maybe we'd like, but
Okay.
it's coming. The song's called Bones.
Okay. And also, it's coming out on.
It doesn't have a release date yet.
Oh. Okay.
TBA
Okay.
to be announced.
Well, I was just trying to string in the fact that your birthday is coming up.
My birthday is next week, but everyone else has singles coming out for my birthday.
Oh.
Maybe I'll release mine on Jaron's birthday.
Would you like to play Bones for us right now?
I would love to.
Please do.
I am out of service and putting my goals to bed. You can't reach me today. And I could say what you want to hear. Something doesn't feel quite right in here. Oh, 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 oh. And how do we hang on to each other without turning into bones? Nothing left holding it together. Nothing left for ourselves either. Oh, 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 oh. And how unclear when everything you say is only half of what you mean. Does it count for something? I am really trying not to lie to you. Oh, 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 oh. And how do oh, 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 and I don't wanna hang on. Everything turns to sand. Times have been away, one grain at a time. When time has all run out, will I be left empty? 'Cause I'm okay alone. I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. Tonight I'm far away, when everything in me wants to run, but it scares me when I wanna stay. See your face everywhere, I hear your voice and I can feel your pull, so I keep looking. Oh, 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 and how do we hang on to each other without turning into bones? Nothing left holding it together, nothing left for ourselves either. Oh, 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 oh.
Yeah. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
And I wasn't disappointed. You hammer on that guitar. Like I said, it owes you money.
Well, I got a big voice. You gotta play big, I guess, to go along with it.
Couldn't agree more. Where can people find you on social media?
On social, I'm on Instagram and Facebook. It's october.poppy. You can also find me on Spotify. My single Howl is out there streaming, Spotify, Apple Music, all the places, all the things.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
You guys are called what?
Focus Your Audio.
Focus Your Audio, and you're based out of
Vancouver.
Vancouver. Awesome. The two of you, how did you meet?
Well, Bobby had a rock band, and he had a lot of softer music that just wasn't appropriate for kind of the indie rock that he had going on. So we just started a collaboration on the side of just kind of the softer, more Americana kind of singer-songwriter vibe, and that's kind of how we started.
Cool.
Yeah.
How long you guys been working together then?
It's been about 2 years now.
2 years?
Yeah.
Nice. Now, you guys, do you also have something coming up in the very near future?
We do. We have a single coming out October the 18th called The Risk of You and Me. And we had some awesome help in the studio. We had the bass player from Mother Mother, Mike Young. We had Johnny Andrews, from the drummer from Hey Ocean. We had Mark Gladstone from Prism. We had the infamous Finn on cello. And the producer was Sheldon. I can't remember his last name ever. Saharko, yeah. And he's incredible. So we had lots of wonderful support, and we're super excited about it.
Awesome. Would you like to play that song for us now?
Would.
Please,
Great.
if you wouldn't mind. Focus Your Audio.
I'm conscious of the rise and fall. It's hard to breathe. Cold tension running through it all. There's pressure from the give and take. Fall to my knees. It's fine to bend but never break. We're out here right in the thick of it. We're no shelter from behind the scenes. There's no way the two of us will ever quit. The risk of you and me. We dream like there's no looking back. Lay bare for the whole world to see. Some say that we don't have a chance. That's the risk of you and me. That's the risk of you and me. There's danger in the way we touch. You set me free. Now you're running through my blood. This love is all encompassing. It won't stand still. Even if those walls are crumbling. We're out here right in the thick of it. We're
shelter from behind the scenes. There's no way the two of us will ever quit. The risk of you and me, we dream like there's no looking back. Laid bare for the whole world to see. Some say that we don't have a chance. That's the risk of you and me. That's the risk of you and me. No matter what they say, we're gonna live our way. 'Cause at the end of the day, it's you and me, it's you and me. We're out here right in the thick of it. We're no shelter from behind the scenes. There's no way the two of us will ever quit. The risk of you and me, we dream like there's no looking back. Laid bare for the whole world. Some say that we don't have a chance. That's the risk of you and me. That's the risk of you and me. Hey, hey, yeah. That's the risk of you and me. Oh, oh, oh. That's the risk of you and me. Hey, 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 yeah. Yeah. That's the risk of you and me.
That's beautiful. My goodness, you guys are talented.
Thank you.
So where can people find you on social media and buy some of your wares?
So our website's www.focusyouraudio.ca.
Okay.
You can find every social media link on our website. If you want to hit them all, you can see all the icons, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything else. Yeah, you can buy our merch through our website. You can do anything, or Spotify. All those links are on there. So yeah, Focus Your Audio, Spotify, Apple Music, we're on everything.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.